Odie, we got to kick off this podcast the right way. You have been not feeling great.
Well, Kevin, when you go in hospitals every day, because I have a new job. Yay, new job.
Yay!
New old job. Went back to the original company I worked at. That I don't think I worked there when we started the podcast, did I? I think
no,
I
because
left
you had left there to pursue your YouTube dreams.
My dreams.
Which became
my
YouTube
freelance
nightmares.
Freelance dream turned into freelance nightmare, turned into regular job nightmare, turned into regular job headache, turned into YouTube dream, turned into YouTube nightmare.
We've really come full circle on this.
We really have.
Anybody who's a long-term listener of the podcast knows the journey you've been on.
I like to take
anecdotally.
Journeys, but now I'm back in the stability of the real working world. Real working world. That was hard to say. 5 times fast. I don't think I could.
Okay.
But I now work in. Well, I go to hospitals.
Yep.
And yeah, that definitely that sucks. Because now I feel like shit today and yesterday. So.
Well, it was your first week back in hospitals too. I mean, Come on, give your immune system some time. Give it some credit.
It's got to level up. It's solo leveling.
Yeah, you got to get ready. Yeah, you got to get to like level 3 immune system boost again. Yeah.
Once I hit level 3 fighter, then my immune system pops up when I get my bonus attack. So
what does that skill tree look like? Does it like like in a video? Does it eventually? It's like immune to everything is like the
that's a monk
penultimate
trait.
goal.
Because monks in D&D can get immune to all diseases and poisons and everything.
Perfect.
And that's my favorite class.
So you want to be a monk? So you went back into hospitals?
If Kevin, I'm not joking. If I had a chance to like move to the mountains somewhere and wear a robe and just walk around with beads and like meditate all day, and I wouldn't have to worry about bills, or like when I'm going to be able to afford food or a rent payment, I would probably do that.
All right, well, listen, I've been playing a fuck ton of Ghost of Yotei, and if you do that, I will become a Ronin, and I will show up on the mountaintop, and I will challenge you.
Well,
then we will fight.
And I'll give you thoughts and prayers.
You can't. You have to fight. You cannot.
I'll fight you with thoughts and prayers.
Is thoughts and prayers the name of your katana and your watashi?
No, it's the name of my gun.
Oh,
it's the name of my gun.
Never bring a katana to a gun.
I'm gonna be Indiana Jones. You're gonna be that guy with a sword. I'm just gonna be bam.
You're like, I have words of wisdom for you, Kevin, and you'll be like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be like, yeah, and you'll be like, never bring a sword to a gunfight.
Bam. Thoughts and prayers.
And then the gun, like Guy Ritchie style pan to the side of the gun where it says thoughts and prayers along the barrel.
As the chamber rotates, it says thoughts and prayers.
Like it just
incredible. Let's make it happen.
Let's go. All right. You ready to clap?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the UnPop podcast. I am your Capitan and Papi Todo Siempre, Kevin Minor he, him. With me as always is...
Matthews, the chef, pouring in that heavy cream for the heavy antidotes that we have for the heavy do's. I
feel like I pass it to you in such a manic manner that you go, Odie Matthews, and I'm like, but eventually you're just gonna go,
It's hard to match your energy when you start off at a 10.
Yeah, it's give me a little more. You know what? Let's do it again. Hold on.
Okay.
We'll stylize it.
Wait,
ready?
Take some direction.
Okay, yeah. Give me some direction. Yeah. What's your direction? Go ahead.
Okay.
Hit it.
You do it in the style. Of an 80s action movie.
All right.
And then you give me direction.
All right, ready? I'm going to take a big drag off my cigarette because it's an 80s action film. That's how you know.
Yeah.
Kevin Minor, he, him, your papi, and Capitan Todo el Siempre. With me, you step out of the shadows, as always, is...
Odie Matthews, you son of a bitch. We're going to cook up some content, he.
Perfect. There we go. We did it. All right. Odie.
You son of a bitch, we did it.
You son of a bitch. I had a cigarette. You said son of a bitch. We're so 80s.
We did it.
We did it. And then it's it's not the Kill Bill action soundtrack anymore. It's not like that stylized modern. It's like synthy, like upbeat, like
the credits are rolling over as we're like walking in a rainy town with a gun on our hip. God, I love 80s action movies. Have I ever told you that?
The thing I love about 80s action movies is if you just played like one of the songs from them separate from the movie now, people would be like, that's not that doesn't sound action-y at all. You know, like Push It to the Limit. Like you play Push It to the Limit and you're like, this is a workout song. Like, you know, this is not an action film. Maybe this is an aerobics class. Like that's what that one is, you know?
Yeah, honestly, some of my favorite in 80s action movies would come from Big Trouble in Little China. That has a phenomenal, like just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, 100%. Odie, let's get in the news. Let's get the news.
You son of a bitch.
Let's get in the news.
Is it news? What is that? This is why I get to the news?
Let's get in the news.
What direction are you taking?
Slur.
Give me a little more.
Slur it. All right. Let's get in the news.
Kevin, like a little fucking little weirdo.
Let's get in the news. I'm glad that you've realized you can just do this with me, and I'm more than happy to take some direction.
I love Make Some Noise is my favorite thing on Dropout. So
this is your at least once a month reminder if you're a listener of ours to fucking get Dropout. Just give them money.
$6.
Yeah, it's $6. Give Sam Rice your money.
Yeah,
right,
he deserves it.
Let's go. News.
Yeah, baby. It's the UnPop news coming at you fresh and hot from the command deck of the SS Marlon Brando. Let's see what this week had in store.
Hit it, Odie.
Push it.
No, I already played the thing. You gotta do the fucking news now.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Have I told you, and I know I have, this is a trick question.
Hit me.
A rhetorical question?
Okay.
Or a question you already know the answer to?
This is a trick question or a rhetorical question. You decide.
You decide. Rhetorically, you decide.
Okay.
I've made it pretty clear that I love kaiju. I love Godzilla. I love King Kong.
Yep.
I love all that. And you saw Godzilla -1. It's probably one of the best Godzilla movies out there.
Yeah. None of this is a question so far. Keep going.
I don't think any of this is a question because you got actually Godzilla -0 is set for November.
That's a statement. Okay.
And here's my question. My question.
Okay.
Are you excited? Trick question, Kevin. Are you excited?
Okay, that is a trick question because the answer is yes. Yeah. You can't answer something other than yes for Godzilla -0. Yeah, I'm fucking pumped. Hell yeah,
so
dude.
What do you think -0 means?
I think because what was it? It was -1.
So the reason it was -1 was because it was right after World War II and Godzilla's attack took Japan. You know, they were at 0 from World War II and the atomic bomb, and this took it.
And then,
this took them even lower. So -0 means that they're still at -1 because you can't -0 from -1.
I think calling it -0 is just a stylized way of saying we've improved slightly, but still Godzilla's here to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you put a little like hyphen next to a 0 and then put Godzilla on the other side, it looks like he's powering up his beam. You know what I mean? The little hyphen in the 0, like that's a little beam energy ball powering in his mouth. And he's gonna shoot it.
So, what do you think of this Godzilla? Because I think it's one of the meanest.
This is the best Godzilla. This is the best Godzilla.
Besides, like, I think this Godzilla and Shin Godzilla are the meanest.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Shin Godzilla is the best. I'm just saying like those two are the meanest that we've seen.
Yeah.
I think my biggest problem with the MonsterVerse over at Legendary with like Godzilla X Kong and all of those is the 2014 Godzilla. Like, I like him being a good guy, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool to see him fight Ghidorah and you know, like all the other kaiju monsters.
But he's not a good guy. He's just fighting them to be the dominant monster.
And that's the thing is, like, I feel like he's not been mean enough. And, like, that show that we both love, Monarch, Legends of Monsters, look, it's the Wyatt Russell and his dad is here.
Yeah, a.k.a. Kurt Russell just, like, info dumps on you. Like,
yeah, I tried to watch another episode of that, and I couldn't get through it.
You're just going to, like, turn on the show next season. It's just going to be Kurt Russell in an outhouse going, "We've tracked the monster."
It's under me, and then you're going to hear a fart noise. But, like, they kind of do it in that where one of the main characters, like, Godzilla hits the Golden Gate Bridge, and, like, there's you see, like, the terror up close. But I think that's what's been missing from the Godzilla movies is now it's just, what if Godzilla and King Kong were basically superheroes? And, like, that's fine. Like, I don't mind that. I like to turn my brain off and watch Godzilla and King Kong with a power gauntlet fight an ice dragon, a giant orangutan, or whatever. But Godzilla -1, I think, really filled that hole in terms of, like, mean, back to roots Godzilla, where he just shows up and wrecks your shit.
Yeah, I think the Godzilla universe with Godzilla v Kong, Skong Island. No, but like that universe where they turn into the inevitable duo that's like fighting to save the world. That's fine. That's for people who just want to see cool King Kong, cool Godzilla, right? Like we're like one movie away from them putting on giant sunglasses at the end and fist bumping each other, you know?
And, like, flying into
I think
space.
they actually did fist bump each other in one of the movies.
They kind of did in the
yeah,
last one.
so anyway.
I recently watched that.
So, like, that's the cool factor, right? Like, we're like, we want to see cool monsters fighting other monsters in a cool way. This Godzilla was like, hey, what if we actually brought him back to being, like, an animal that's pissed? You know, like, and that's really, like, that's what Godzilla is. He's a mutated, gamma-radiated animal that's pissed. Like, he's gonna fuck you up. So, like, that's what I liked about this Godzilla movie. Or Godzilla -0, at least. That was, like, it felt like the classic. It felt like it was paying homage to the classics. It also
really
felt
did.
updated, in a way.
And honestly, again, I for a lower budget Godzilla movie, you know, I think that is one of the best designs for Godzilla. I mean, one of the coolest scenes is when it's swimming behind the boat with its, like, that is just such a fucking cool image.
Oh, 100%. And my favorite thing overall with, like, that movie in general was, like, they were like, all right, we'll separate the monster design with some color, like a little bit of color, a little bit of design, and then just let him go to fucking town on people. And not only that, it told a really good human story that didn't humanize Godzilla, because I feel like that's how we ended up with cool Godzilla, was like, we're humanizing him, and then look, it's Godzuki, the cute one, and, like, you know, so, like, I'm pumped. I think it's going to be good. To answer your trick question, yes. Excited.
Thank you.
Moving on.
So, Viva La Dirt League is to do
Viva La Dirt League.
Did I read that? I said Viva La Dirt League.
You said Leva.
What did I say?
Viva La Dirt League. La Dirt League.
Can you edit that to make me sound better?
I'm going to put my version of it in. La Dirt League.
Okay, that works. It's
but
they're going to do a Daggerheart actual play.
So Critical Role produced Daggerheart. If anybody's a big D&D fan, Daggerheart is kind of like Critical Role is. They are developing that with two of the biggest designers that ever worked on D&D, and then Viva La Dirt League, they've done a ton of parody work for, like, video games, fantasy games, TTRPG, and their skits are fucking hilarious. So it's really cool to see a team that already upped their production value insofar as, like, that goes, because they did a whole series of PUBG that was hilarious. And I'm not even a PUBG player. Like, I just watched them and was like, that's awesome. But they obviously have a lot of personality, the ability to do some really good writing, and them leaning into doing Daggerheart not only is a really cool actual play potential, not only has real cool actual play potential, but they're not American based, so that's expanding it out into the world a little more. Like, they have their own built-in fan base overseas, so really excited for that.
One of the players at my table is actually DMing a Daggerheart game.
Daggerheart's sick, dude. I mean, give it a try.
Yeah,
it's got a good system. There's really, like, I mean, you're doing you're doing a D&D campaign, but you're doing it in Critical Role's world. What is it?
Yeah, I'm
called?
doing. We're about to finish up the Call of the Netherdeep before we enter my homebrew world, and I mean not Netherdeep. Exandria and Critical Role's whole world. I mean, I've been watching Vox Machina lately. We obviously watched Mighty Nine.
Yep.
It's definitely it's a nice change of pace from the standard D&D world. I think it's nice to have both. It's cool to have options. Yeah.
Agreed. And I like to say, if you're playing it right, every D&D is homebrew, baby. Every TTRPG is homebrew if you're doing it right.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yep.
I mean, I've taken creative liberties with Netherdeep to change it up a little bit, so
yeah, cool.
All right, let's talk about some trailers.
Let's do it.
Wicked, right? Oz. What if
the movie
Wicked
Wicked?
Witch, everything you knew was wrong, and she was
all of a sudden people are like, it's different, it's darker.
Yeah, it's Wizard of Oz, and but what if we made it even darker? We're getting an Oz horror movie called The Golden Road or
no,
Yellow
just
Brick
Gale.
Road.
Gale.
Just Gale. Yeah, just
It's
Gale.
called Gale.
Gale.
She is the granddaughter of Dorothy. Yep.
What do you think? Since you're a Wizard of Oz fanatic, what do you think?
Love
of
it
this?
so much. Well, I think legally distinct and horror related Wizard of Oz, aka Gale, is a promising story. I like when people take an idea and make it a little bit darker. I mean, Alice Malice is probably one of the most cult classic video games ever because they took Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland and then just turned it into what if the Queen of Hearts just wanted to eat you or something. That was a really good game. The Cheshire Cat showing up but as a hairless cat with tattoos all over him, amazing. I like when people have good vision for this, but ultimately at the end of the day, if this doesn't tell a compelling story, it's just going to be a reskin, that's what separates a good horror, a good horror spin on any story only exists if the story within the horror spin is good itself, right? Because it's not about doing a bunch of fan servicey nods to Wizard of Oz and stuff like that. What it's about is okay, cool. Well, you've got a different character. You've got all of these other things that you can make analogies to. How do they turn dark?
This reminds me of the Winnie the Pooh movies,
Blood and Honey,
the Peter Pan ones, they're all of those classic fairy tales, but they're actually horror monsters. Pinocchio's getting one.
Yeah.
And Bambi got one where it was just a zombie deer that went around killing people. And I think this is an interesting concept, but I think it is going to be a lot of here's the Tin Man and he's a murderer, and here's the Scarecrow and he's a murderer.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of that because
you gotta run from him, Gale.
Exactly, because the premise is that Dorothy is old and everyone thinks that she's crazy for believing in Oz, and then Oz starts to show up.
Yeah. I think the best spin on stories like this that I've ever experienced is Brom, the author, has done a darker version of Peter Pan and a really awesome version of Krampus. Brom's an amazing author, illustrator, painter, and that's where I would recommend if you really want to get your fix on that. We'll see how this turns out, though.
Are you going to see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it's coming to theaters.
I'm probably not going to see it in theaters.
Oh,
I don't know.
Are,
maybe.
Kevin.
Maybe.
We are.
Depends on where it is.
It's going to be in theaters.
Yeah, but if it's a limited release and we don't have it around me, I'm not going to go out of my way to go see it in theaters,
Well, then here's hoping that it's not a limited release so we can talk about it.
I hope so.
I hope that The Strangers Chapter 3 is good, even though I haven't seen the first two.
Yeah, they're none of them are really that great. They're not inventive. They're not that original. It's The Strangers. The Strangers was, speaking of cult classics, that was a cult classic horror film when it came out. A lot of people really loved it. Other people were it's just serial killers. I liked it a lot when it first came out. I remember being really excited. The trailers didn't show too much for The Strangers. You knew that it was going to be a different spin on it. I liked where the story ended off. It had a couple questions, but really wrapped up that story pretty well. We didn't need these prequels, but I mean, if you're a fan of the franchise, just get into it.
I didn't even know they were prequels. I thought it was just like, we're going to do The Strangers again, but we're going to do it over 3 movies instead of 1.
Oh, yeah, no.
I didn't realize that these were prequels at all, but The Strangers spawned, because there was another one called, like, You're Next, where it's like a family. Yeah, so, like, it spawned, I think, and I could be wrong, I think it's like, it definitely brought that type of genre, or that subgenre of horror into the spotlight of
home invasion horror thriller.
Exactly. Yeah. And, like, not to say there wasn't any before that, but I think that really, like, kind of escalated it into a lot of these knockoffs and, retellings and stuff. But I just don't. It's Rennie Harlan, strangers that did these new Stranger movies. He did, like The Covenant, and that year where we got 2 Hercules movies, he did one of them, The Legend of Hercules.
Was that the one with The Rock?
No, that's just Hercules. This came out the same year, called The Legend of Hercules.
That was the one where his mom was like, "You're my boy, Hercules.
You're my boy.
I love you so much, Hercules." Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not a good director, in my opinion.
No.
But yeah, these movies just feel like, even when I saw the trailer for the first one, I was like, oh, it's just The Strangers again, but just like, because it's just them in a cabin, and then people terrorize them. But then it's like, what if she escaped? And then it's like, oh, what if we do strangers in a hospital? And then it's like, well, now she's gonna fight back, and it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, like I said, if you're into it, enjoy. If these movies come out around the right time of year, I go see them, right? Because spooky season starts in September.
Out of spooky season.
I know they don't, which sucks.
They never do.
If they do, I go see them though.
Like Scream 7's coming out in February.
Scream came out in February last time it came out too, I think, which is dumb.
But that's what I'm saying. Why do you? I remember looking at.
I don't know. For some reason, people pick February. I mean, it's probably because blockbusters come out in like May, June. You know, like our big blockbusters are May, June, November, December. So I think like maybe like these horror movies and things like that are trying to avoid them with enough time to really give them like a decent theatrical run, like some.
Do it in October, because that's when people want to see horror movies.
100%. Like I honestly I think it's dumb that like movies like this don't all just like lean into September, October time, because if they did, what would happen is you would probably notice an uptick in people getting like AMC passes and stuff for that time period. Like people would probably be buying passes to the movies. They'd be like, well, I'm going to go see all of these, so I might as well just get the pass now.
If October was nothing but horror and spooky movies,
I'd be into it.
Totally.
Yeah. Instead, we got to put it together ourselves.
Yeah, but here's what I am into.
Hit me.
They Will Kill You. The trailer for this came out. Zazie Beetz, Tom Felton. This is basically, what if you worked at a hotel, and then everybody in the hotel tried to kill you because they worship Satan?
It's Ready or Not with Zazie Beetz is what it really is.
Yeah.
It's Ready or Not, but like no marriage subplot. And it looks like a proper action comedy horror.
And I'm gonna guess that she definitely has some kind of background in something. You know, she's either like ex-military or an ex-fighter, because there's no way you'd just be able to start fighting as good as she does. Like,
I actually don't care. Like, if we're in Satan Hotel, like, to me, like, if Zazie Beetz just all of a sudden is owning people and like there's no explanation of where any of that came from, I kind of don't care. Like, all I care about is because this is a bottle story, right? Like, you've bottled everything into this one little place. It doesn't matter what's happened before or after that. Like, all that matters is here's what's happening right now.
There's also a lot of people that work at this hotel, and it's kind of like...
Well, I think there's people who inhabit it too. I think it's like it's all the inhabitants / workers. They're like, we know the deal. We got to sacrifice somebody once every month. And like, I don't know. I like the concept that like she gets the job and then is like, oh shit, no, I got to fight my way out of here. Like, that's sick.
It looks
fun. It looks fun. And I love Zazie Beetz. Or Zazie Betts? How do you say it?
Zazie Beetz.
All right. Or Zazie Betts. Might be Betts.
Or
anyway. But yeah, no, it looks really good. She was great in Atlanta. She was great as Domino. So yeah, big fan.
Okay, we gotta talk about Avengers Doomsday, because I feel like the internet has been flooded with AI slop that is trying to depict things in it. Yeah. I'm seeing AI slop trailers that are based off of leaked trailers. And what I'm seeing the most of, and to me, it's just funny. Like, it doesn't even bother me. I just laugh. Every day I see something that's like, in Avengers Doomsday, insert character from the original Avengers will do blank with other character from Avengers. Like, it's like, this character's, like, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are going to go toe-to-toe in Avengers Doomsday. Yeah, they're both in it, and they're going to fight. Or, like, Thor's going to be more serious in Avengers. It's like, yeah, like, it's just like throwing darts at the wall, and just like every news outlet's just like guessing of things that they think is going to happen. It's exhausting.
Yeah. Luckily I've avoided most of that, but I do know that 2 Chris's are coming back for
3
sure.
Chris's.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit. Marvel really, like, they didn't pass the torch well. Here we are. Now you have to bring back all the old stuff to try and pass it this time, because, like, that's really what it was. They fumbled the pass back at the end of Infinity War. And when the pass got fumbled for, like, I don't know, when did Infinity War end? Fucking 20.
Oh, Endgame is 2018.
All right, so
it's been 8
for
years.
8 years, we've been fumbling the past. Just bouncing it along in the air, in your hands, Marvel. And now I think they're like, okay, we got to fucking do this. Like, both the Chris's are going to be 50 soon. You know, like, I think like they're like, oh shit, we really need to like get a new era going, or else we're fucked. So that's what this is. They're like, hey, here's all the old stuff that everybody liked before, but also it's gonna be different, and new stuff's coming too.
Well, we got the Avengers Doomsday X-Men trailer, and
yes,
here's the thing.
We love Patrick Stewart.
We know that like 5 X-Men are coming back, because you've got
Cyclops.
Professor X, Magneto, Cyclops. We know Nightcrawler is back, and we know that Beast is back.
Okay.
So we're still missing quite a few.
You know,
X-Men.
We're going to get fucking Wolverine.
Like, well, that's why I didn't include him, because Wolverine is probably coming over from Deadpool.
Yep.
We also know that Gambit from Deadpool is going to be in this, because we know Channing Tatum has like come out and been like, I had a lot of fun on the set of Avengers Doomsday.
Thank God.
And, like, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting part, personally, of Doomsday is how they're going to bring in the X-Men. And obviously the speculation, and everyone's like, oh, well, these are the X-Men from the Fox movies from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that might not be the case.
Yeah, it might not.
And I'm okay if it's not.
The theory that I've seen that makes the most sense is like it's going to be Days of Future Past X-Men showing up.
Oh,
but here's the thing that I'm into. And this is the only thing that I'm into. Michael Fassbender as Magneto fucking showing up. I'm fucking cool with that. 100% time and time again. If you say Michael Fassbender as Magneto, great. You can say anything else and I'll be don't care to meh about it. You know, like
I think we will never see X-Men First Class actors again in those roles.
And that's lame.
Especially if they got Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart back.
That sucks so bad. Like,
I'm
cool with that, but like if you're going to go fucking multiversal again with all of this, bring him back, because he was the best Magneto.
Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. That's what I say.
That'd be sick. He literally hands the torch by passing the flaming skull to like the next guy.
Takes
He's
his
like,
head
here,
off.
it's your time now.
This is yours now. Look, I think that this X-Men teaser is the best one so far, because like
I agree.
And this is my complaint with the last two. It's like Chris Evans riding a motorcycle holding a baby. It's like Steve Rogers will return. It's like, yeah, I never believed that he wasn't going to, even though Chris Evans like a year ago was like, oh, I wish I was filming Avengers Doomsday. And I'm like, do you? Because you definitely are. And then like Thor walking around the woods praying and being like, I have a daughter now, so I need to kill the bad guys. It's like, yeah, we knew Thor was coming back. I don't need to see him in the woods praying to know that he's coming back.
You know where I think everything really started like messing up in the Marvel universe? When they fucking killed Michael B. Jordan. That was like the biggest, to me, that was the biggest dropped ball in the entire MCU, was just killing Killmonger. Like, that doesn't happen, man. Like, just why?
Marvel.
Not only did it ruin the message of Black Panther, but it like got rid of any potentiality for Michael B. Jordan to be an anti-hero, a hero, all the things that Killmonger becomes. He never gets the chance. You know.
Well, I think Marvel had a bad tendency of killing off villains that should have been around longer and more powerful. Because like Claw,
even Andy Serkis. Yeah, I was about to say. Even like, Andy, you should have killed no villains in that movie.
Well, I think that there's something to obviously like having a villain meet their end at the end of a movie, but there's also something to having villains go to prison and then having a chance to have all those villains get broken out or rise up or.
Like, making Killmonger, like, the anti-Black Panther was, like, dumb, too. Because Killmonger's not that. He's, like, way cooler. And not only, like, you could have done Kraven the Hunter. And Kraven the Hunter and Killmonger interact in comic. And this is a big thing. Is, like, there's comic book storylines that are so interesting that, like, they're never going to get the chance to do because of how the MCU went. And maybe Doomsday is their way of going, you know what, fucking, this is, it's Avengers -0, you know? They're like, fucking, start it fresh, guys. Burn it down. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they're still doing multiverse stuff, and, like, Secret Wars involves Battle World, where, in this case, Doom will be grabbing, you know, variants from all across different timelines and putting them on Battle World to fight. But then what you're going to get, and I don't know, maybe some people want this. I don't really know if I want this or if I care about this, but I don't really care if Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic fights James Marsden's Cyclops. Like, I don't really care
me neither.
Captain America fights a variant of somebody else, fights Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Like, I don't really care. And I think the thing that I think a lot of people want, and I don't blame them for this, I think they want to see, you know, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, the people from X-Men from the Fox universe. They want to see, you know, all of these different characters we've gotten from all these different comic books interact.
Yeah.
But then I think you get the problem that we had a little bit in Endgame, where you have so many characters that if you're a Hawkeye fan, right, you're like, Hawkeye doesn't get nearly enough play because you got to focus on all these other characters. Or if you're like, I love the Hulk, but the Hulk didn't get enough play. No matter who your favorite character is, they're not going to get enough screen time because you have 50 characters now that have to, you know, interact and do things. Like, the leak is that the next Doomsday trailer is people from Wakanda, so M'Baku and Black Panther's sister Shuri, and
who is the Black Panther now?
Yeah, the new Black Panther. And then the Thing from Fantastic Four interacting in Wakanda. And I'm like,
okay,
why? Like, cool. But, I mean, at that point, these are, like, side characters. So, like, is there going to be a main focus on them? Because if there is, you know, so it's just like.
And this is what I mean about not passing the torch correctly, is, like, they didn't refresh, restart, have smaller, grounded storylines that had them isolated, separated, doing different things, and then brought them together again. They didn't do it. You know, so, like, this is where, like, Doomsday seems to have come out of nowhere. You know, like, there haven't, and, like, I know that there have been, like, one Black Panther film since, I forget, that, the bad one with the fish man. Submariner, right? Yeah, Submariner.
Namor.
Sorry, Namor. Submariner's from DC.
Yeah, right.
DC? Is that DC?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, whatever.
Probably.
But fucking yeah. So Namor is like, you fucking.
Or is it Namor the Submariner?
I think it is. I think it is.
The same person.
Whatever, doesn't matter. But like, there wasn't like we got Iron Man 1 and 2. You know, and then like moved into Avengers time. You know, like we got Captain America. Like they were showing us these, and we don't need an origin story. What we need is good storytelling for the heroes so that we care about what they care about when it shows up in Doomsday. And not only that, like it doesn't matter if your favorite character doesn't get screen time. Like they might not be the superhero of the moment. Like if you want them to get screen time, go buy their comic. It's fine. Like there's a million of them. But ultimately, because they didn't pass the torch correctly, now all of a sudden we're just like, wait, why is the Thing there? You know, like, and not only that, like Agatha, like the things that performed the best seem to not be continuing. Like Agatha all along was phenomenal. I've not seen shit about Agatha
Never
Harkness.
see her again.
Yeah, like, and then we never saw them, and it was phenomenal. It was so good, you know. Like,
it'll be the same thing with She-Hulk. It'll be the same thing with Moon Knight. Which, by the way, I was just thinking, at the end of Moon Knight, 2 giant gods fought in Egypt by the pyramids. What? Nobody's gonna mention that. Nobody's gonna talk about that. Nobody's gonna be like, "Hey,
no one's gonna talk about
gods fought in Egypt."
Moon Knight really, yeah. Like, I mean, what we, like, it seems so like, sometimes it seems like almost like egotistical to say what should be happening, but honestly, like the things that actually had the most substance. Let me put it this way: the things that had the most substance were, Moon Knight, Loki, the 2 seasons of that.
Oh God, yeah.
You know
well,
what I
that's
mean?
gonna tie in.
Like,
Loki's back. So.
Well, that's fine. He's a fucking giant Yggdrasilian tree now. Like, he's tree man. But like, you know, Moon Knight, Loki. What else did well? You know, I mean, Spider-Man always does well, but like Daredevil's fine. Like, yeah, like bring this shit together, you know. And not only that, Haley Steinfeld was great as Hawkeye. Like, they actually did a decent job telling that story, and like but most people didn't pay attention to it because that was in the time frame where it was like way too much Marvel, and you had to watch all of it to get any of it, you know.
Exactly. It kind of got brushed under. So here's what I'm saying.
Like I said, they've been fumbling it. Until
we get a full Avengers Doomsday trailer, not another 30-second teaser. Even if we get a teaser of Doom or himself, I need like a full 2.5-minute, what is this movie about, what's going on trailer before I say anything else about it. Because right now, these teasers, like, was it cool to see Cyclops like let loose and have a giant blast of beams from his eye? Yeah, but I don't know the context.
1 moment.
Exactly, it's 1
seconds.
frame.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, is it cool to see Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, like, touch hands and be like, old friend, we've got one last battle? Yeah, but, like, for all we know, what's in these teasers might not even be in the movie. These could just be literal teasers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
we don't even know if, like, that moment's going to be ruined because Cyclops goes, I'm going to blast! Like,
I'm going to blast him!
We don't know. We don't know.
So, yeah, we'll see. I feel like the more I talk about Marvel, the more Marvel fatigue I get, just because last year's like lineup, the 3 movies we got last year were just so mediocre, and then one was kind of good with Thunderbolts, but like Captain America and Fantastic Four, the more I think about both of them, I'm like, they were just kind of like a letdown.
Actually, it took me forever to watch Thunderbolts. I finally just finished it. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
The only thing I liked was Fantastic Four. That was it.
And see, Fantastic Four I thought was simply fine. Like, all right, let's move over to DC where exciting news, Kevin.
Hell yeah. Hit me.
Batman 2 casting. We talked about this a while back, probably like in December, that Scarlett Johansson was in talks to join the Batman 2.
Yep.
There's rumors that Barry Keoghan will be back as the Joker, but probably still in Arkham, which I think would be good. Leave him in prison.
Keep him there.
But now it seems that Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier himself, is joining the DC Batman movie as Harvey Dent. Two-Face.
Yeah, rumored casting. A lot of people seem to be leaning into this now. I know that they were talking about casting rumors in December. We talked about it a little bit, but like, it seems like more news outlets are like, it's very likely that Sebastian Stan is gonna, and like, so I honestly think at this point, with like the number of outlets reporting it, I think it's all but locked in. You know. So yeah, him coming as Harvey Dent, but then also on the tail of that seems to be the confirmation that Scarlett Johansson is coming in as Gilda Dent, which means, unlike the first one, which most people assumed was The Long Halloween, this is going to be The Long Halloween.
Or some variation of it.
Well, and the thing that's a bummer about that is, like, I know a lot of the plot points with that, you know? So, like...
I've read the comic,
It would have been, like, I actually wish that they wouldn't have confirmed anything until it went into theaters if that's what they're doing, you know? Because, like, then I would have been in the movie theaters and, like, they would have been like, meet my wife Gilda, and she turns around and I would have been like, you know? Like, I would be like, oh, cool, let's do it. But now I'm just like... If it gets confirmed, then I'm like, all right, are we doing The Long Halloween? Is that what we... And then I'm going to be in theaters, like, just, like, waiting for the full confirmation and then going, yes, and we are. Got it.
And see, that's why I'm hoping. I think the Long Halloween done in live action would be cool. I think it would really fit the Batman world that Matt Reeves has created with Robert Pattinson.
And there's still going to be a ton of people who have never read it that are like, whoa, that was really original and wild.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's a couple things that I find interesting. One, Matt Reeves said that the villain for Batman 2 hasn't really been done in live action, which could be, spoiler alert, it could be Gilda Dent. Like, that hasn't been done. We've never really seen her in live action.
Yeah.
But I, like a lot of other people, were hoping that it would be a villain that we truly haven't seen in live action. Somebody like Hush.
Yeah.
Or maybe a retelling of the Penguin who we've only seen once. Or, you know, somebody just
well, we got the Penguin in live action.
else.
We did get the Penguin.
Right, we got Danny DeVito's, but like we've only gotten Mr. Freeze once. We've only gotten the Penguin once. Like we've gotten the Joker.
We got the Penguin. We got the Penguin. Like we
that's
got his show.
We got well.
The Matt Reeves universe has done the Penguin. Like,
I can't believe I forgot that.
You just didn't watch it. You just it's phenomenal.
I'm in timeout. Yeah, I personally was hoping for a villain, like a different villain, because like, and I said this to you actually last night on the phone. Like, there's only so many stories you can tell with Batman at this point when using villains that we haven't seen. Because
100%.
From the Batman movies from the 80s and 90s to the Christopher Nolan ones to anything with Zack Snyder doesn't count because he barely did any villains. Yeah. Or any like TV show like Gotham, like we've seen a lot of variation of the Batman villains that we've gotten.
Yeah.
And I think that the Long Halloween would be interesting, but I would like it better if it was more like Harvey Dent's there, but he's not the villain, which I know the Dark Knight did, but I would like to see like somebody else take center stage. Like it was cool to see the Riddler be the main villain, a character who has been famously comical because of the way he's been portrayed in the past. Like, it was cool to see him become a serial killer.
Yeah.
I would like to see, we've already seen a dark and gritty Two-Face with the Dark Knight. Show me somebody else, you know?
I think if Gilda is confirmed, we're not going to see Harvey Dent be Two-Face as the actual villain, I don't think. And if we do, it won't be like he won't be the main major villain. But like, think about the Batman universe for Matt Reeves where it left off. Like, there is space for Harvey Dent to develop into the villain over the course of the next movie because, like, there's mayoral elections. Like, and not only that, ultimately, like, there's a lot of really good stuff coming into it already anyway. Like, we've got Colin Farrell as the Penguin, who's absolutely just knocking it out of the park. Hopefully we get Zoe Kravitz back as Catwoman. Like, I think that would be phenomenal. You know?
Yeah.
We've got Robert Pattinson's doing a good job being Bruce Wayne. Like there's a lot going on in this, and not only that, Paul Dano's not dead. You know, like there's a lot
he's
going.
In the cell next to Joker.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this universe that I think is really good. And even with like the most famed and well touted Batman trilogy of all time, Christopher Nolan's Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, there were villains that weren't fully fleshed out. Like, Cillian Murphy's Scarecrow, like, we get some good Scarecrow stuff in the first one.
He's a side villain compared to Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, but then at the end, and then even when he comes back later, he's just, like, there. It's kind of like a villain cameo. You know,
he was supposed to be the Joker's role.
I would love to see, ultimately, what I would love to see is a not cutesy girl Halloween costume version of Harley Quinn. I would like to see a proper sadistic, psychotic Harley Quinn having fun with the Joker, like really putting a proper darker spin on it, you know, and not like it's so weird because we've gotten so many versions of these now. Like the Batman mythos is like, well, who's your Harley Quinn? You know, because like I don't want Lady Gaga's version either.
No,
but like
no.
But what I do want to see is like I want to see Matt Reeves's take on this universe. I'd love to see him do Killer Croc. Like that would be weird. But I also know
what I would like to see.
He's not. Matt Reeves has said that he's not really leaning into those that much. You know, so like. I know that
that's why I was hoping for
doing
Clayface.
More grounded. Well, Clayface is not as grounded either. So I think like
you could do a grounded Clayface though.
You kind of, but like I think what he means by grounded is he's going with like the villains that are human. like strictly human.
A
you know
more
what I mean?
realistic Christopher
like,
Nolan
yeah,
one.
because Penguin's not even like part penguin. You know, like he doesn't even do the like. Because think about Penguin from the comics, like everything's ice and igloo themed. You know,
and penguins.
Like, and we don't. Colin Farrell's the Penguin. That's just his ugly ass nickname.
Well,
like, so
my hope for the Batman Part 2 was Mr. Freeze, a grounded Mr. Freeze who like creates a Sub-Zero suit, more akin to his like almost original comic book counterpart, not the fucking pun-filled Arnold Schwarzenegger version. Because like the Mr. Freeze has a really interesting story where he's trying to save his wife, and like I think you could give him. You could do him in the way you did the Riddler, where like he's freezing people. Because like think about Batman going up against Mr. Freeze, and he's freezing people that are falling over and shattering. Yeah, like real consequences, real like horror in that element of like he could freeze somebody and kill them. I think Two-Face will be interesting. I think Hush would be interesting. But I agree. I would love to see the third Batman movie just be like Barry Keoghan's Joker and like a Harley Quinn just going psycho murder like craziness.
I'd even take like a sociopathic serial killer version of Poison Ivy. You know,
where she's not like another good one.
Yeah, like maybe she's not controlling plants, but rather allowing plants to be out of control and killing people with plant substances,
poisons
or
and toxins and stuff. Exactly. Like making it interesting.
There's a lot of room to make this more noirish, Matt Reeves-ish Batman universe, like fully fleshed.
That's what I find interesting about this is I think this is so funny, but like my complaint with the Christopher Nolan ones and. Look, this is my only complaint. I'm not saying these movies are bad by any stretch, but like, they were almost. I didn't love that they were like as grounded as they were, but with Matt Reeves, I like that this is as grounded as it is because the thing about the Dark Knight trilogy that always kind of took me out is like it's just Chicago. It's just Chicago, and that's all it is. But this world that Matt Reeves has created feels like the Gotham that we know. Like, it feels like a dirty, scummy, crime-ridden city. Whereas, like, the Dark Knight, it's just like, there's one guy doing some stuff, and another guy's going to go after him. Like, it never felt like a truly crime-ridden, disgusting, grubby Gotham City. You know what I mean?
It was more like the mobs were the side villains of those.
And that's not as interesting. Like, I don't care about that. Like, what I like about Matt Reeves is that, like, you see, like, I watched part of the Batman last night when I was doing some cooking in my kitchen. I had it up on my laptop. And, like, I forgot how fucking incredible the first 30 minutes is, where it's just, where's Batman going to show up? And you see all the crime and all the people. Like, it shows you from the beginning. It doesn't tell you, it just shows you. This city sucks. Yeah. And I think that the groundedness that he went with works really, really well, which leads me, Kevin, to my question.
Yeah.
We've gotten 6 live-action Two-Faces. Okay. I'm going to send you this real quick on Instagram so you can look. Which of these 6 are your favorites? I'm going to read them real quick. We've got Billy D. Williams from 1989. Yep. Tommy Lee Jones from 1995. Aaron Eckhart from 2008. Nicholas from the Gotham Show. Yep. Misha Collins from Gotham Knights. Harry Lottie from the Joker Folie à Deux. And then potentially Sebastian Stan in Batman Part 2.
I mean, Tommy Lee Jones and Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, nothing else. Like, that's
You don't like the guy from Gotham Knights?
No.
You don't like the Gotham Knights show where Batman's dead and his adopted son, who's not in the comics, teams up with some people that nobody knows and they go after Two-Face?
No, it's dumb. Aaron Eckhart did a really good job just playing a guy pushed over the edge, and then Tommy Lee Jones was just fun. Like, Tommy Lee Jones was having the time of his life in that role, and like that was cool to see because it was a change of pace for a very serious actor. So I like both of those, but I mean, ultimately, like when it comes down to it, I think Sebastian Stan would do a good job. The other thing that like I keep thinking is I keep seeing like there's all these blockbuster actors from the Marvel universe and like from the previous DC universe that just keep getting like cast in things, and I'm like, cool, new actors, please. Give me newer, fresher, younger actors, please. Now, like I'm over it. Like Sebastian Stan has done a ton and I love what he's done. But cool. Like even Tom Hiddleston, like I love him as Loki, but like don't need it again. It's fine. Like move on. Let's move on.
I think people have said that like this might mean that Winter Soldier doesn't make it out of Doomsday.
Yeah.
He might turn into dust permanently. But I
That's
will
fine.
say, out of all of these, I truly think Aaron Eckhart has the best Two-Face design for a modern, like, gritty take. Like, burning off half his face, I think, is a really cool way to do that.
Yeah,
And I
agreed.
agree. I think you see him, and I think it's done really well where throughout the course of The Dark Knight, he's normal, he's trying to fight for good, he loses somebody important to him, he's pushed to the limit. He's
pushed over
literally
the edge.
the
That was
opposite
the whole
of
point.
Batman.
Yeah.
He literally got pushed over an edge.
Yeah.
I think that he is a good addition to be opposed in that Batman, because Batman is pushed to the edge and still like holds his composure and still is able to like keep the righteous fight going that Harvey Dent also believed in, but Harvey Dent immediately goes into I'm gonna flip a coin and kill people.
Yeah. Well, and he's also really nudged along by the Joker, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, ultimately, Aaron Eckhart was the best. Tommy Lee Jones right behind that because he's just fun. And he's literally opposite Jim Carrey, the Riddler, which was just great. Like, I fucking loved that. And I'd love to see, like, the dark, twisted Matt Reeves version of, the Joker-Riddler combo going on. Like, I think that would be great.
I also... When it comes to Aaron Eckhart's and the Joker shows up in his hospital room, how did you not know that was the Joker? Because he's like genuinely surprised when he takes off his mask. He's like, dude, how did you not recognize the Joker even with a face
immediately?
mask on?
I don't know. I guess the drugs, right? You get put on drugs.
The drugs.
The drugs.
Where are the drugs going?
This leads into more of a speculative news portion. Like, I mean, I know this was already speculative, but one thing that I wanted to point out, this was a press release that came out this week. May 2nd, I believe, is National Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is just, I think it's phenomenal.
I think so.
I love that comic book companies come together and they put together samplers. They give out free comics. There's designated issues that are free. And what it is it's an invitation to just enjoy the fandom of comic books themselves. DC has announced that their sampler comic this year will feature Lobo, who's being played by Jason Momoa this year in a Supergirl movie. Deathstroke, who is very famously played by Idris Elba now in Suicide Squad, right?
That is that is not Deathstroke.
Oh, sorry. Who's playing Deathstroke in this universe?
Deathstroke was supposed to be Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello.
Manganiello. That was in the Snyderverse one.
Okay.
So.
Oh, sorry, my bad. So Deathstroke. I thought who's Idris Elba playing? Bullseye?
Bloodshot.
Oh, Bloodshot.
Or
sorry.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Okay. Sorry, I mixed those.
God, are we gonna be right? We're gonna get raked over the coals for this.
I don't care. It's fine. But yeah, no. So we've got Lobo, who's popping up in a Supergirl movie. We've got Deathstroke, and then Batwoman, who is a possible version of Barbara Gordon, right?
Yes. Before she becomes Oracle, I believe.
Which
usually.
Sometimes before she becomes Oracle, sometimes she never becomes Oracle. Yeah. Like once again, just different universes. But I think it's really cool that we're getting Lobo, which I think people are going to be excited for because of the Supergirl movie. And I really do like that there's a possible Batwoman. I think that's a good spiritual successor that we might get within the next decade in the Batman world. As we go further into this century and it turns out that billionaires whose superpowers are money and technology are not the good guys, I think we're going to need less Batman, more, hey, I used to be... My dad was a cop, but now I feel like I can maybe do some better for the city by being a vigilante. I think that's going to be a backstory that might resonate with people more, and it has less to do with the gender, more to do with the backstory as far as storytelling goes.
Yeah.
There are already like groups of like subsets of people within like the comic and like entertainment universe that are like, Batman's not really the good guy. He just has a bunch of money and then fucks up the city by not ever putting anybody away properly. Like,
yep. And then also the prison system needs some major improvements because how do people keep escaping?
People keep escaping. He only arrests them. He doesn't actually like really punish them. Like a lot of these.
Sometimes he just beats them up and leaves them there. Doesn't even arrest them.
A lot of these villains are actually killing people, and then Batman like punches them and is like, "That'll teach you." Like,
stop it.
Like,
stop it right now. Hey, Joker, come here. Joker, crisscross applesauce, come here.
I think there's some room in that universe to like expand on Batwoman and bring in somebody who's different and has a different approach, and maybe because it's not part of her ethos, could like, I don't know, actually put villains away. Like, I don't know, but like, I just thought it was cool. Also, Jason Momoa is playing Lobo, so Lobo getting a little extra this year. Extra love is good. There are a few other free comics that got announced. I think within the next couple years, you're probably going to see the Nice House on the Lake being developed into an actual like a live action property. A couple podcasters that we listen to, The Weekly Planet, James and Meso, have talked about this comic a lot. It's a really good, like, kind of a mystery thriller comic, so it's cool that they're releasing a free issue of that. Also, the art in it is just beautiful.
You remind me of something, actually.
Yeah, hit me.
Talking about all this. You know the comic All You Need Is Kill that the live-action movie The Edge of Tomorrow is based off of?
Oh, yeah, we're getting All You Need Is Kill the anime.
That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
I meant to mention that in our what's coming up. I can't wait. It
looks really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm into it.
Me too.
And that's the news? Oh, no, and then I've got more speculative news. And I brought this to the podcast specifically because I noticed something. Now, Odie, you are familiar because of my ramblings with more of the Warhammer 40K universe than most people are.
Never heard of it.
If you've listened to any of my deep dives on the Warhammer 40K universe, you know that it is ever expansive, and it's more than just the Ultramarines, a.k.a. the blue guys in suits going around
the cool
and
ones.
killing heretics. They're not actually the cool ones. Odie, this is what I'm saying.
I'm kidding.
I
play Space Marine 2. They're cool.
Once you get into Warhammer 40K, like the actual universe, you're like, oh no, those guys are lame. They're the Boy Scouts of that universe.
Yeah.
They are cool. People love the Ultramarines, but ultimately, Henry Cavill's been developing a property for the Warhammer 40K universe. It's a series. It's a live action. It's supposed to come out. Dan Abnett is the author of the Eisenhorn series, which is the series that I read last year from Warhammer 40K. I fucking love this series. And I had made a joke that Henry Cavill would be a good Caiaphas Cain, which is one of the many properties within the Warhammer universe. This is going to be the crazy thing about, like, when Warhammer becomes a popularized property is, like, there's 40 years of lore. Like, there's 40 years of undeveloped live-action Warhammer stuff going on. So playing catch-up on that is going to be insane. But Eisenhorn is more of a, like, gritty mystery thriller detective type space within the Warhammer 40K universe. There still is epic space battle. There still are Xenos and like weird aliens and dark demons and all that stuff. They're all in there. But Dan Abnett has stopped, or at least the Eisenhorn lore has like slowed down, which has caused a lot of people in the community who are like really locked into, like, because Dan Abnett is pretty constantly producing material for Games Workshop and Warhammer 40K. So to see that slow down is a huge indicator that this might be the property that we're getting, which I'm so excited for because Eisenhorn's amazing.
I think it's a great idea.
But then on the heels of that, there in the Warhammer 40K Games Workshop space, there are rumors circulating that one of the people being brought in for this franchise that might focus on Eisenhorn, and it would make sense because there are some very, very, very strong, capable female characters in that series, is Gina Carano. Which, yes. So I texted you about this, and I was like, I forgot what she did that got her canceled. Like, she said bad stuff and likes Trump, I think, right? Or what is
that? She's like a big proponent. She's a big anti-vaxxer. She caused drama with the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
She just seems like, is she the worst in terms of like what like Kevin Spacey and like Armie Hammer did? No.
Yeah, she wasn't texting people that she wanted to eat their flesh.
Yeah, and she wasn't sexually assaulting people for, years and years and years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, she is very, and, I mean, it is what it is. She's just very right-wing to the point of, like, gross.
That being said, and this is something that I am just well aware of, and I think more people will be well aware of as it develops outward, the Warhammer 40K space has a lot of people who might more identify with Gina Carano than I might want.
Well, you know what's funny about her?
Yeah.
She made a movie to pander to the right wing about I think she was like a gunslinger.
Okay.
And it backfired because it was her being a woman being like very like what they like to see in that kind of stuff, and everybody on the right was like, ew, a woman. And so it completely backfired on her when she tried to pander to him.
That being said, I really loved her on The Mandalorian. And
Same.
Insofar as her acting ability, her character acting ability, and the space that she would be acting in, I actually think she would be a phenomenal addition to an Eisenhorn series. And that's nothing like just me saying, hey, as an actor, as someone who crafts characters really well and who plays physically capable, like, because that's hard to find regardless of gender, is like just properly physically capable, believable, functional, athletic, brutal actors. Like, that's not easy to come by. So I do think she would be a really good addition. And when I saw this, I was kind of like, oh. And like, that's why I messaged you. I was like, I forgot what she did, but also like, this would be good casting.
Well, I think you might be onto something, because I don't know if you know this, but Henry Cavill and Gina Carano dated in 2012.
Well, there you go. So and not only that, like I feel like Henry Cavill's he probably has a good hold on the property, which is why we haven't heard shit yet. But I would like to see. First off, this is me just saying, hey, I hope this is the case. I hope that if she's in it, that we're doing Eisenhorn, because there's a plethora of female characters that she could play that are really great in that series. Also, I hope that like we're just fucking doing Eisenhorn, because it's like, I think that would be the best introduction to the Warhammer universe, because it's not Space Marines right away, but it shows you the universe. And like, Space Marines show up, like, but they're not the main focal point, which I think is good.
Yeah. I wanted to know a little bit more of what she did. For one, she's in cahoots with Elon Musk trying to get free speech back on X. So that's a red flag.
Oh,
but
yeah.
She posted on Facebook basically comparing how like conservatives were being treated during COVID-19 to Jews in the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's not good.
And then she also was like posting about how that super racist like French actress died, and she was like the French actress was like super racist, so that's cool. Anyways,
Okay.
Look, I agree with you. It's the same thing I feel about like with Kevin Spacey and stuff, where I'm like, man, you were such a good actor, I really liked you.
Yeah.
But I have to stand by my morals. It's the same thing I say when people are like, I support the LGBTQ community, but I eat Chick-fil-A every day. Then you know what? I'm sorry, but you don't then. Like, you gotta stand by the morals and ethics of supporting a group. And if you support something that is actively against that group, you can't say that you support that group the way you do. And I fully believe that. And I think when it comes to people like Gina Carano and Kevin Spacey and all of them, yeah, it sucks because they're good actors and actresses and I like them and stuff. However, I will not support them.
What would change your opinion on Gina Carano?
If she came out and said, hey, I was wrong, and like turned her back on a lot of the shit she said.
Okay. Yeah, so
I mean,
just like an apology kind of thing.
Well, because like with her, it's different than Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey can never come back.
Yeah.
He can never ever make up for what he did.
Well,
I mean, for me. I'm saying for me, he can never come back, you know?
Yeah.
But like, if somebody just said something super controversial and fucked up, and then was like, hey, I really messed up. I shouldn't have said that. I've come to realize that my comments hurt an entire community by saying that this group was compared to them during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
I realize now how wrong I was. Yeah. I would like to seek forgiveness. That's different than being like, yeah, sorry that I spent years sexually assaulting underage men. Those are two different things.
Way different. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think she's beyond redemption is what I'm saying.
No, me neither. But I thought it was cool news. I still think she would be a nice addition to the Warhammer universe. So hopefully, for our sake and the podcast's sake, she does say something, something vaguely positive before that happens. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got for news this week, baby. I think is that it?
Well, there was live action Tangled casting, but I think it's bad. So I don't care.
Here's where they did it right. I don't know the ages of these two actors. They just look young enough. I was like, cool. Like that was it. I was like, yes, nice. One of them is like a
Raven from Titans, and that's a bad show, and I think she's bad in it. And that could be the actress, that could be the writing.
But this is also a musical. It's not the same thing as like a gritty action
so as
show.
long as they can, and then the guy is from the Zombies movies on Disney,
Disney's
that are like
Zombies.
straight to streaming movies.
Yeah.
And like he can sing. If she can sing, great. Sure.
We'll
I don't
see.
care. I've never seen Tangled, so I don't really know.
Oh, it's good. You'd like it.
I should watch it.
Yeah, you'd like it. It's good. It's a nice take on the Rapunzel story.
Great.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyways.
We saw a movie this week. Odie Matthews at the movies.
Odie Matthews at the movies.
Yeah.
Did you wait?
saw-
Yeah, you went just on Friday?
Yeah, we saw The Housemaid.
Odie Matthews at the movies.
Sydney Sweeney is back with Amanda Seyfried. How do you say it? Amanda
Seyfried.
Seyfried? Yeah. What did you think of The Housemaid? Because I honestly
didn't watch The Housemaid.
What did you see?
I saw Greenland too.
Oh, I saw The Housemaid.
I saw Greenland too because no, you didn't. You saw Greenland too, and I'm not going to let you continue this facade.
It's not a facade, Kevin.
If you actually saw The Housemaid, I'm going to be mad. Did you actually see The Housemaid? Did you actually see The Housemaid? Be real. Be honest with me right now. Because if you saw The Housemaid and I saw Greenland too, for no fucking reason, after not even being able to finish Greenland 1. Did you see The Housemaid?
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, because you don't like Sydney Sweeney. I know.
Mm-mm.
I know you didn't. All right.
And that movie didn't interest me, to be fair.
Honestly, the only thing that interested me about it is that, like, I've seen 1 million people read that book within the past 3 years, so
Right.
I'm like,
And they changed the ending, so I was
okay,
like,
I'll check it
interesting.
out.
But it's just not my kind of movie.
yeah, so we saw Greenland too. I'm going to begin this conversation with I did not finish Greenland 1. That movie was bad.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was so bad it couldn't keep my attention.
It's not interesting.
No, it's not. And it should
not.
be more interesting. And I've been, Fallout Season 2 is out, and I think that's a much better telling of the end of the world. Greenland was very much a family blockbuster action film. I don't think that we are the target audience. I think the target audience are, like, a different age demographic. They're like 11 to 17, I think, is the target audience for these movies. Like, not adults.
Okay, if you haven't seen the first Greenland, I can summarize it real quick.
Yeah, give me a quick summary. Give me a rundown. Actually, give me a rundown of what happened in Greenland 1.
So Jared Butler is a construction guy who knows how to design buildings.
Yeah.
And his son has asthma, and his wife is there, and she used to date Deadpool.
Also, he works for the government.
Sure. I don't remember what she does because she's barely a character.
No,
in
he
the first
does.
One. Yeah, he designs buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
he's
for
an
the
architect
government.
for the government. And then the government sends him a thing. They're like, "Hey, the world's gonna get hit by an asteroid meteor, and we need people like you to rebuild society. So come to our super secret bunker in Greenland, and you can do that." And then he's like, "Cool." And so then the world finds out that the world's going to end. So everybody's all like, oh, no, this is bad. And then he goes to an airplane, and he's like, we need to go to Greenland. They're like, cool. Your son has asthma. He's not fucking allowed to come because we can't have weaklings, bitch. And he's like, but no, I need to.
No, he doesn't have asthma. He has diabetes.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's all the same.
It's not the same thing. His son has diabetes.
Wow,
okay.
I could have swore it was asthma. He has diabetes.
His son has diabetes, and in the beginning of the movie, they go, it's a meteor, and then his son goes, it's a comet, and then then he's like, because comets won't hit the universe or won't hit the world or whatever, and then they fucking hit, and it's like, well, you were an idiot, kid.
And then so he has to go. He leaves the military base to go get his son's diabetes medicine.
Yes.
And then they're not able to get on the plane. And the one thing that I find, just pause real quick here, that I think is really funny is that if I was in the military and they're like, hey, we need you to guard these airplanes for everybody that's going to survive, but you're not going to, I'd be like, fuck you, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, if the world's ending, I'm not going to work on my last day at work. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they miss the plane, and it's basically them getting to Greenland. They get, Like they have to like sneak around some people. They get on a truck of people that gets ambushed. They get in an airplane that crashes because the meteor hits and the shockwave crashes the plane. Then they sprint into the bunker.
Yeah.
And it's literally just let's go from point A to B, B to C, C to D, E to F, and then F to Greenland for G.
And there's usually an issue with
something happens along the way.
Of travel. Yeah.
But like my problem with that is, for one, how long do you think your son's gonna last with diabetes if the world's getting destroyed with and insulin's not going to be a thing? And two, if you do take your son to a top secret super awesome bunker in Greenland and nobody else there is diabetic and they have all the insulin that they need for in case diabetes comes back and your son takes it all, that's also selfish.
Yeah.
Also, it's just fucking stupid.
Well, let's get into Greenland too.
I have very little to say about this movie.
Apparently, despite having diabetes, he's survived. It's been 5 years.
5 years, Kevin.
And he's survived with his diabetes and still has the medicine. But that's not an issue in this movie because he never takes it once.
No, why would he?
I don't know. I think it gets magically plot cured. This movie's bad. I saw the whole thing. I was getting, I always know that a movie's not that good if I start to get tired, in the beginning of it. I'm just I'm in the theater and I'm like, well, I'm here. And then I'm like, all right, this is not keeping my interest. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I missed the last 20 minutes. I fell asleep. I forget where, and then I woke up to Gerard Butler dying.
Yep. Yeah,
but not from the radiation.
Full spoiler alerts for this.
Yeah,
movie,
I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I don't think anybody else will. But I don't remember. He had radiation point. Did he die from that? Because I missed. He just died at the end, and I was like, oh, perfect timing. He died from radiation sickness or whatever.
I can't believe this is the first movie I saw in the new year. This
is my second, and they're both bad so far.
It doesn't start off on a strong foot. I'm gonna.
But wait, how did Jerry Butler die? Did he die from his radiation?
I'm going to speed run it. Okay. I'm going to speed run the plot for you. All right, so here we are.
Well, I remember some of it.
Yep. I'm going to highlight the things that I liked. I'm going to speed run the plot, and then we can get into
I have
actually
2 things
discuss.
I liked.
Okay. What are the 2 things that you liked?
I liked the lightning storm. I thought that was cool. My little brain was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
In a better movie, this would be even cooler, but that was a cool visual.
Yeah.
And then I liked the part where they had to hold on to trees because the G-force from, asteroid pieces was going to, I thought that was kind of cool.
Visual effects team, great job.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
There's a cool storm. There's a cool giant wave that happens. There's a lot of cool visual effects in this movie. I'm with you. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed when they first show up in civilization. It's barely civilization, and they're like, wow, holy fuck, people have been living like this out here, right? I thought that was a nice interaction. I really liked the Frenchman and his family play, his wife and the daughter. I liked that whole piece. I was like, oh, this is interesting. It felt very Children of Men-ish to me, that segment of that film. So I was like, oh no, this is good. At first he seems like a threat, then he's not, then
take my daughter.
It was good. Yeah, then take my daughter. That was all of that was really, really good. That being said, garbage, bad, fun, good, or great.
Garbage.
What? Yeah, exactly. This movie's garbage. Okay.
No question.
Let's speed run the plot for this garbage movie. So,
the bunker is falling apart.
Well, it's 5 years later, and Gerard Butler's working on the bunker. But not only is he working on the bunker,
he's going outside.
He's the only guy going outside, which just feels like the most toxic masculine thing to do. He's just nobody else can go outside. It's just me. He's fucking. So he's outside, and very early on in the movie, we get our first bit of foreshadowing. He takes off his mask and goes, and you're like, oh, fuck, here we go.
Cool.
We know how this plot goes. Then a radiation storm shows up. Then
also, do you think a comet or meteor or whatever hitting the Earth would cause radiation storms?
Well, it's a bunch of pieces of it hitting. I don't know. I'm saving it for the thoughts.
Right.
I'm just speedrunning the plot.
Sorry.
So he gets back to the bunker, and they're dancing around to 80s music, and we find out he loves Michael McDonald. Then, all of a sudden, it's going to be rough times, but good thing there's lifeboats and a boat outside because the volcano nearby is going to erupt. But then also, the bunker's completely falling apart and a fissure is going to open up, so everybody's got to leave. And then they're trying to get into the lifeboats, and it's all crazy, but they get into a lifeboat, and then they go for like 2 fucking weeks on the ocean, and they go down to England, and they land in fucking Leeds or wherever the fuck they land. Doesn't matter. So they land there, and they land in England, and then, civilization's all fucked up, and it's even more dangerous here than it ever could have been anywhere else, and good luck, but some guy's gonna drive them in a fucking van, like an Uber would, to the English Channel. So they've got to ride, but then, look out, freak meteor shower. And it blows shit up, and that guy runs to the van, and the van gets blown up. But don't worry, they were able to take supplies out of it. So then they keep going, and they make it to the English Channel, and they're like, wow, this used to be the English Channel. And then Gerard Butler goes, is that a Spanish galleon? As they're driving across it. And yeah, it's a fucking Spanish galleon, Gerard Butler. Thanks for announcing that so everybody knows what it is. And then they go to France, and when they get to France, they're like, well, France is real fucked up because everybody wants to get into this crater that we can't explain why.
That's
the crater's like the Garden of Eden. Yeah, they're like, and it's like the Garden of Eden, and they make sure to say multiple times throughout the movie, we can't explain it. So like,
we don't know how.
Yeah, we can't explain. Scientists don't know, but it's the Garden of Eden now. And then they go to France, and they meet the French guy. And the French guy's like, here, take my daughter. My wife's going to die. And then he's like, but you got to go to the front line. But also, good news for you. I was in the French military, and you can go find this guy. And they go, but that guy got killed last night in a firefight. And so all of a sudden, like, how are we going to get to the fucking meteor crater thing? And then they're like, well, look out for insurgents. They're vaguely named insurgents because we don't want to piss off any countries that this film might show in. And then they're driving up to the crater, and they're in a bus, and then all of a sudden, oh no, there's insurgents, and the insurgents are on the bus, and they're taking everybody off, and they're like, get off the bus, Gerard Butler, and he's like, no, I think I'll fight you, and then he gets shot. In the fucking,
I missed
he
that
gets
part.
Shot in the same spot that
I fell asleep around the part where they got to the bus.
He gets shot in the spot where a character could live or die from, like right lower left abdomen, and it's like, look out! And he's been coughing the whole time, and then they make it over the crater edge, and Gerard Butler dies, and the last thing he says is not anything to his son, but to his wife. He goes, thanks for being my girl, and then the movie ends with a big pan out over this beautiful area that doesn't manufacture diabetes medicine. So
the kid's dead too. She's got a daughter now, though.
Fucking the movie. Okay. And then I have thoughts. So that's the speed run of the plot of Greenland 2, which, and here's my first thought. By sheer naming mechanism, and you know me, Odie, you're talking about standing on your morals. I love the phrase, is this the hill you're going to die on? This isn't the hill that I'm going to die on. This is the hill that one of us is going to die on, because I'll fight you to the death on this. When you have a naming mechanism for a movie, a la Now You See Me, the next one is Now You Don't. Okay? That's the next movie. It's not Now You See Me 2, it's Now You Don't. Then, if you have a naming mechanism like, hey, we're leaving fucking the middle of nowhere America and going to Greenland, the movie's called Greenland, and then you spend the entire movie saying Southern France, the movie's called Southern France. That's the naming mechanism.
Kevin, you're wrong, because the name of this movie should have been To Greenland, To Migration.
Instead, it's called, it's called Greenland 2, migration. Also, this isn't a migration. It's a
migration of three people.
Like that's not a migration. A migration is a herd, a flock, a murder. It's a group.
Greenland 2 family road trip to France.
Yes, this is family road trip to France gone bad. Like it's And
National Lampoon to France.
Yeah, but not funny. But like that's what this movie should have been called, is Greenland 2, National Family Trip to France, not funny. Like
parentheses, where's Chevy Chase?
Fucking yeah. Those are my initial thoughts. First actual thought of the film. how is he outrunning a storm? In what
cardio,
fucking
Kevin.
world
Cardio.
does the man coughing in the ship have the ability to get out of the ship and outrun the storm that they say is right on top of you? Like,
you never outran a hurricane before, Kevin?
This is just Gerard. When a character, and this is what we mean, like Gerard Butler literally throughout the course of this film is just shedding plot armor. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like his plot armor is, I have to get my family to the crater. And then he gets in there and literally takes off all the plot armor and goes, I should have died hours ago.
I'm dead.
And then just dies.
Dude,
also,
again,
I would have loved if his last words were to look up at his son and go, oh shit, we don't know how to make diabetes medication. You know, like, fucking.
So I fell asleep when they got on the bus.
Yeah.
And I woke up to him
dying,
being like, thanks for being my girl, and dying. And I was like, what did I miss?
You missed the insurgents showing up.
That's what I missed.
The masked insurgents
because
from
I'm not
Eastern Europe or Russia, which is exactly what Top Gun 2 did. Top Gun Maverick was like, we got to fight the enemy. You mean Russia? Yeah, the enemy. That's what we said. Wink, wink. Like,
wink, wink. But like, I was confused because I was like, wow, how convenient that he had radiation sickness and then died right when they got there. But the bullet, I guess
he got shot.
He was double dying.
He was double dying. Yeah, he was doing double duty on the dying. My next thought.
Exhibit showed up. Hey, man, we heard you like to die, so we're going to give you a bullet.
Yeah, my next thought was no coffee in the bunker. Fuck you guys. I'm done. I'm out. I would have walked out. I would have been like,
yeah.
Like, my Greenland 2, like Greenland 2 starring me would have been Greenland 2, The Search for Coffee. Like, I would
that would be a more interesting movie.
I would just been like, I'm not doing this. Like, like the day that we ran out, they would have been like, we're out of coffee. I would have been like, where's the suits? I'm going.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Give me a boat. Where are the keys to the boat?
You think I'm going to stay here with you without coffee? No.
Okay, so that's the thing that I think was so bizarre about this. It's like the first movie, which you didn't finish, is all about people getting to the bunker. And then this one's like, yeah, they're all going to die in an earthquake on the way out of the bunker.
Literally everybody. Everybody. And then they put... What's funny is you can tell the budget was like not there for this film because they put a bunch of actors in the boat together. They're like, Dr. Casey, you're here, and this guy, you're here. And here's the thing here's my next thought about the movie. Every time someone gives you a meaningful piece of their backstory, like 5 minutes later they die. Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor gets shot.
Yep. Like literally right after she gives the big piece of her backstory. It's like,
yep.
And like that was like their rule for the like. It's like they're like, all right, the guy who's driving the boat, he's gonna give a piece of his backstory. All right, he dies. The guy who was in the boat with them, who lost his family, he's gonna try to. Also, and this is my thought about him, just going in my sequential order of thoughts. They get to this area where there's like there's clearly like a caste system in place, right? And like there's a military bunker and they're like, you can't fucking come in here. None of you grubby people can come in here unless you have an ID. And the guy immediately was like, I have an ID. And he's like still in the crowd. I'm like, you would get murdered, dude. But that's not how you do that. Like, don't do that. And instead they run up to the gate and they're like, we have IDs. We have IDs. Oh, no, wait. Only one of us has an ID. And then they're like, the guards are like, well, then you can't come in. Like, sorry. Like, they're like one ID, one person. And they're like, what are we going to do? And then that guy gets shot. And, like, it's like, all right, well, there goes your one guy who would have gotten in the bunker. I guess he had to die because the budget's not there for this movie. And then they get in this fucking van and they travel. And as they're traveling, I'm like, I saw the trees and stuff. And I'm like, I recognize this from the trailer. They're going to get hit by fucking pieces. I think it was called, like, what did they call it? Like a ghost ring. Like, pieces of the ghost ring are going to break off.
Kevin,
and
you think
hit
I
you
remember?
Guys.
You think I remember what any of the thing was called?
Also, how did the trees save you? Like, those are they're going hundreds of miles an hour. Giant pieces of rock are landing at you hide behind trees? That's not how that works, man. You don't do that. I just want to say, you fucking pray is what you do.
It is a delight to finally have you watch a bad movie and see the way that you just not spiral, because I'm gonna call what you're doing spiral, but like the frustration you feel towards it is so After me having to see like Tron Ares and you skipping it,
Yeah.
like I'm glad that you finally are seeing. Because
I don't want to do this again. That was. I don't want to call it a waste of my time because here we are. We're talking about it, right? And like, if you don't watch bad movies, if you, I don't want to make content. I want to make art. If you don't,
too bad.
If you don't watch bad movies, then you like my bar has been refreshed. Like there's a lot of movies that I'll probably see in the future now where I'm like, well, it's not Greenland 2.
Why do you think my bar is so fucking high, Kevin? I've spent the last 2 years watching bad movies.
This movie was really bad. But yeah, like dude, yeah, it's just bad. And like, when they like, they send them to the front, like to a battlefront, and then this guy.
Of course, there's still war.
And then this guy who's in the French military is talking in French, and the French daughter gets up and she starts talking. Her name's Camille. She gets up and she starts talking to the guy, right? And then the guy, like literally a sentence later, just stops talking in French and starts talking in English. I'm like, no, you would not. No, you would not. Like, she doesn't say, do you speak English? They speak English. They can't speak French. Like, he literally just goes, oh, yeah, well, you're going to want to go this way. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no, keep speaking in French. She's the interpreter now. Like, so dumb. So many things that happen in this movie are so dumb. And then when the movie ended, like, my final thought was like, well, the kid's dead. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
He's been dead a long time ago.
Good job. You made it to paradise so you can fucking die of diabetes now. Like...
Maybe the radiation cured his diabetes.
The radiation's doing work in this movie. Also, you don't have to tell me a million times that scientists can't explain it. You said it in the intro. Gerard Butler
have to acknowledge it.
Gerard Butler literally goes, for reasons scientists can't explain. And I'm like, here we fucking go. Like as soon as he said that in the intro, I was like, here we fucking go. This is what I'm in for. This is what I've sat down to watch. All right, here we go. Give me all the pseudoscience. Also, final thought that I want to share with you. Like, someone is just wearing something. Like, here's what I think is actually happening. Someone is cursed. Someone in this family is cursed. Maybe it's the kid with diabetes. Maybe it's Gerard Butler. Maybe it's Morena Baccarin. Somebody's cursed because everywhere they go, bad shit happens. Like, and it seems to not have happened to anybody until they show up. And then every person that travels with them dies or has somebody that dies or has someone close to like that they know who was supposed to be there but is dead. Like
so in the first one, they get on a truck with people and this guy played by King Bach, the Vine star, starts giving his backstory, then he dies. And then the guy from Mindhunter, the like older guy from Mindhunter, who's one of the main characters, is the pilot, and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, we're going to get you to Greenland." Then he dies. That literally happens in the first one everywhere they go to.
Yeah. So someone in this family is cursed. That's not what this movie is not actually about the end of the world. It's about, my question is, which member of this family is cursed, and how did they bring about the end of the world with that? Like, what is the level of unluck that you have brought upon not just yourself but your species, and then everyone who encounters you? And here's my answer. I think it was Gerard Butler, and I think his son's diabetes was cured because he died. And the curse is lifted, and they're going to live in the crater now.
So Greenland 3, everything is fine.
Greenland 3, a.k.a. Crater Sim. Like, that's what it... Crater Farmer Simulator. I don't know. Fucking so dumb. So dumb. Do you have any thoughts to share with me, Odie? Because I have a couple questions I want to ask you after you share your thoughts on this movie.
Oh, fire away with your questions.
Okay. First question. It's the end of the world. Do you think you and I make it to a bunker?
I think I do. Based on where I live.
You don't think I do?
Well, I live in an area that has a ton of bunkers.
I don't know if you know this. I live in New York State. This is where, apparently upstate New York, the vague region of upstate New York is where the Avengers headquarters is. Multiple data servers that I've never heard about or seen in my entire life. A ton of bunkers. Like, I think I'm fine. I'm in
the
upstate.
presidential Doomsday bunker is near me.
I'm in the vague area of upstate New York where every like thriller movie is like, we're going to upstate New York. Like I think I've got shit in my backyard. I'll find it. I'll be fine.
I don't know. I got the Rocky Mountains for protection. I think I'll be okay.
We've got the Adirondacks. We're good. Anyway.
Yeah,
so
but I live closer to them than
I'm gonna survive too.
No, only I am. You asked me a question, I answered it.
Question number 2. We make it to the bunker. How long do you think we survive?
Okay, survive or how long till we leave?
How long do we survive post-apocalypse?
I last about a month before I go stir crazy and go, I'm going outside regardless.
Okay, my answer to that question
Coffee.
is
Yours is depending on coffee.
Is there coffee? Yeah. If I get to a bunker and they're like, oh fuck, we forgot to stock the coffee, I'm out. I'm gone. That's my movie begins then, which is Kevin goes and finds coffee. And you know what? Here's the thing. If I'm doing that movie and like, if that's what's going on, if that's the story, I actually think I do.
Survive?
Because I'm not Gerard Butler and I didn't bring the curse upon humanity.
Well, I mean, also, apparently staying in the bunker that's supposed to protect you is where everything goes wrong because the bunker starts to fall apart and then an earthquake hits and everybody dies.
Here are the things helping me in this. 1, I've got bunkers around here. 2, I know where to find coffee. 3, people have probably given up on living on the high seas. I think my version of my movie, I stumble upon some sadistic billionaire's yacht and have to survive that on my way to find coffee, and then we make it. But I'm able to rally the proletariat to my side. The servants of the yacht are now my friends, and I blend in amongst them until we murder a quirky billionaire and then go find coffee. And they're like, what are we going to do?
Great.
And I'm like, we're going to Africa.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Yeah, that's my movie.
I'd probably stay in the mountains.
However, if I can't make it to New York City to find a boat to embark on this journey, I'm dead. That's it.
Well, I live in a landlocked state where the mountains would protect me, so I'll probably just stay there and scrounge around and then eventually die because I imagine a meteor hitting the Earth and wiping everything out would kill. I mean, this is the thing that I find interesting about movies like this.
Go ahead.
And I think I told you before, I have a soft spot for
disaster.
Asteroid meteors hitting the world.
You just love disaster films.
Yeah, disaster films are like a guilt. They're like my favorite guilty pleasure because I stand by this. I have never seen a good disaster movie. Like some people are like The Day After Tomorrow, and I'm like, no, The Day After Tomorrow they outrun the cold. That's stupid. Like, there's a scene where they're in the library and, like, the cold is coming and you can see it and they, like, shut the doors and that stops the cold. Like, no, that movie's bad, too. Like, don't kid yourself.
Yeah.
But, like, if a meteor hits the Earth and blows everything up and the shock waves and the G-force and the tidal waves and the earthquakes kill everything.
Yeah.
Even if you did survive, I would imagine vegetation is gone.
Yep.
I would imagine the soil's corrupt to grow more vegetation. Animals that you could eat are either dead or, in this case, I guess, like have radiation poisoning. So if you ate them, you'd still die. So, like, even if you did survive, you would either have to, A, like, live in a bunker like Fallout, which would be my nightmare as somebody who likes to, go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2, you'd be outside and you would starve to death or dehydrate to death because the water and animals would all be contaminated to eat and drink anyways.
I just realized I die post-apocalypse because nobody manufactures glasses anymore.
Well, that's
I become
thing, too,
blind.
Like, I wear
I'm
contacts
blind.
and glasses. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm blind.
Yeah, me too.
It's the end of that. You gotta have giant
also,
letters.
dental care. After 2 years, your teeth are gonna fucking fall out.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Disaster films are just unrealistic, but I'd like to entertain the thought that I would be on the search for coffee in an apocalyptic event. That would be.
I would have one great year surviving in the wasteland before I probably die from something.
Yeah. I feel like if you put us in another universe like Fallout, I would be able to find the person who makes
Fallout
glasses.
would be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Not to toot my own horn, but I think Fallout I could survive.
You put me in a Fallout universe, I'm good. You put me in a Greenland universe, I'm done. Like, people are like, Kevin, you don't even have your glasses. And I'm like, I'm going out there anyway. You guys didn't stock this bunker with coffee. Fuck you.
But you know what, Kevin? It's
What?
fine because next weekend we get a good post-apocalyptic movie.
Yes, we do. Also, I
You know
would
what it
be
is?
I would be dead in this universe too.
Yeah. Well, 28 years later, I would not survive.
Actually, I would be a super zombie. That's what I would be. Yeah, we get 28 years later next weekend. I will be podcasting from my laptop with a shittier mic. Apologies in advance because I will be in Tampa. So
unless you want to record early.
Oh, we could record Thursday. No, well, I fly out Friday next week.
Okay.
Yeah. I fly out Friday. I return Monday morning.
We could go see it. We could do a late Thursday pod.
Let's see what's going on. I mean, maybe I'll have some time Sunday morning after, but who knows? We'll see. But 28 years later, the Bone Temple.
Can't wait.
A good sequel to an
so
apocalypse
excited.
movie. I think this will be the first good film of the year. I really do.
I've seen 2 films so far. I'm a little off to a slow start because new
What
job,
was your
new
first one?
hours. I saw We Buried the Dead with Daisy Ridley.
Oh, was it good?
Okay, here's what I'm going to say about this real quick. The premise is America sets off a bomb in Tasmania.
Okay.
And wipes out the whole island.
Okay.
And Daisy Ridley's husband is there at a resort. And so the Australian and like New Zealand governments get together and go, hey, like if you want to come help with like body retrieval and stuff like that, like, you know, you can come volunteer to go to the island and help clear out bodies.
Yeah.
But some of the bodies, they're still alive. Like they come back to life, but like they're not zombies because they don't try to bite you and stuff, but like they're alive but dead.
Okay.
And it's a twist on the zombie genre of they're not after you to kill you, but it's more about if you saw somebody that you loved and they were dead and then they popped back to life with nothing behind the eyes, what would you do? You know?
Interesting.
And so it's more of that. It's really boring. It doesn't execute that premise interesting enough. It's not horror enough. It's more psychological human side of it, which I think shouldn't be the main focus with a plot like that.
Yeah.
It was not good. And the ending, I think, was really fucking stupid. So, Greenland was still worse though. So, you know.
There was a zombie video game that was
Dead Island?
Yes. Was it Dead Island? It sounds very similar to what you're talking about. I think it was Dead Island. Yeah, where like that was like a really hard survival game. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking about?
But this is
you
just
start in like a hospital too, and then you like as you're going and like literally you get to a point that you can't survive without help. Like you literally can't do it on your own.
It just wasn't. Anyway, I don't even. Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah.
Somebody should just do Dead Island. That would be way better.
Yeah, I like zombie movies.
I like a good zombie movie, and I feel like I'm gonna like the movie next week. What's your jam this week, Odie?
I rewatched the Naked Gun Liam Neeson movie last night.
Oh, nice. And that was your jam.
Yeah, look,
still funny.
I stand by that if you like the and I've heard people go both ways on this. I hear some people say it's not like the original, so therefore it's not funny, but I think it's a great homage. I think the jokes land. I think that the humor lands. I think that it does enough of that style to keep it interesting.
Okay.
And the plot is stupid. The characters are stupid. Everything around the Frank Drebin Jr., Liam Neeson, like you got all the straight people, and then you've got him who's somebody's like cigar, and he's like, yeah, looks like a cigar to me, and the guy's like, do you want one? And he's like, oh no thanks. Like it's that
yeah.
And it's so funny. Like I think it's good. I think Dave Bautista's cameo is really funny.
It's amazing.
They literally have a moment where the guy's like explaining his master plan and it spells out plot device. You know, like it's that. And like if you like that, I think it works great. It was a nice little watch last night for me.
I agree. No, when we first talked about it, I remember being hopeful about it and just being he's playing the straight man. Like it's not Liam Neeson being wacky. It's everything around him being wacky while he keeps a straight face. You know? So and he does a great job of that. He's got the voice for it. He's got the demeanor.
It's perfect. Yeah. It's 75 minutes on Prime. You should definitely check it out if you have a chance.
And then who's the guy that we love that's in that movie? Who's his sidekick?
Paul Walter Hauser.
Paul Walter Hauser, we love you.
You should
More
watch
Paul Walter Hauser.
You should watch it on your plane ride. Honestly,
I might rewatch it.
Oh, you've seen it? I didn't know you saw it.
Yeah, we saw it last year. We talked about it. We had a whole episode.
I don't know. You missed so many movies last year. I can't keep track of what you saw and what you didn't see.
I can't keep track of what you saw and didn't see because you saw too many.
Oh, well, I guess we both have our issues.
Well, there we go. No, I was just very selective. But yeah, no, Naked Gun was great.
This year, you're not allowed to be as selective.
Yes, I am. Because you have to be more selective with your time. My jams this week, a band from just around like 2020 time frame. They're called Moxie the Band. Highly recommend checking them out. They have a like old school 80s vibe to them, which is like just real fun and refreshing. The singer has like she has this voice that's akin to like something that would be featured in like Stranger Things, like, you know, Running Up That Hill type vibe. But the song, and the songs are just really good. So big recommend on Moxie the Band. They popped up when I was listening to like A Marionette and some other bands that are kind of in like the same vein, like Emarosa's new stuff, things like that. The 80s sound is like not, it hasn't fully come back, but it's like back in some ways, you know, like in certain circles. I'm interested to see if over like the next 5 years we get more of that, or if it just kind of like stays at the level that it's at. So really, really good on that. And then I highly, highly recommend checking out Sentenced to Be a Hero, which is the new anime that just came out. Got an hour-long preview, or not preview, premiere. Really, really good. Lot of amazing action scenes. The animation was phenomenal. I kind of like the concept because it wasn't going where I thought it was going to go. So that was nice. It caught me off guard a little bit. Real fun, real straightforward. A lot of like, it's really fast paced. This first hour and change of this show. So big recommend on that. I'm probably gonna watch a ton of anime this year. Like anime and like Warhammer 40K is what I'm bringing to the podcast. And then final recommendation, I forgot to mention this in the news, but Jim Henson's company, so the Jim Henson Company that does like Muppets and stuff, they designed a couple new original character Muppets and then recorded a video of a song sung by two boggarts, and these are goblins that exist in the Magic the Gathering world of Lorwyn. And the song itself is just amazing. It's like, if you like Muppets, it's just a fun ride. You don't have to know anything about it. They're kind of talking about the world as they sing about it. So big recommendation. Check that out. I love like just they're weird little Muppets, and that's fucking cool. Like I love that. So big recommendation on that. That's a jam. And that's all I fucking got this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm ready to go take a nap.
Yeah, you should probably go take a nap. You know what? Odie, I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you made it through this podcast.
I just used all of my energy. As we wind down, I'm like, damn, I feel like shit now.
Yeah. Well, I have to go accomplish a bunch of things and get ready for a busy week that ends with me traveling to Tampa. So thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the UnPop Podcast. Thank you for weathering this absurd existence with us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about our mental health, subpoenas, or would like us to podcast live at your funeral, please make sure to email mysecretpoweris@gmail.com. Check out our sister brother channel, Magnum Nopus. Art by FrankAce. Music by moi. See you. Bye. What? What'd you do? Hold on. Wow. You're having all of the technical difficulties as soon as we go to record this morning. Hold on. Holding. Hold. I can't. Hold. I'm just doing Braveheart. No, not yet. Not yet. That's you would have ruined the surprise on the British soldiers. They had pikes and he yelled hold a bunch. And and then the music keeps swelling. You have to wait for the music to peak. That's when you know to lift your pikes on the British soldiers.
Well, now I'm recording because you said not yet, so I stopped recording
Hold!
and started over. I thought you were telling me not yet, so I started
Hold!
over. So now I'm recording.
No, I'm telling you to hold.
And you're confusing me by keep saying hold. Am I supposed to be recording? Should I start over?
No.
Okay, well, now this is going to be really weird. It's going to be you talking to yourself for 30 seconds and then me coming in.
I love it. That's great. It's me talking to myself for minutes on end before you come in. That's how this podcast really goes. That's the part that I edit out every week for everybody so that they don't just hear me talking to myself. You in a corner? Yeah, it's just me going, was Mr. Magoo really that blind? Just questioning.
With it?
That's I don't know. That's just the first shower thought I could come up with.
That's a wild shower
Was he really
thought.
that blind, or was he improperly prescribed? Who knows? Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, really, guy should have just opened his eyes. They were closed the whole time. Every time he took his glasses off, they were just closed.
That could solve his problem.
I think it was blind either way, and he went to the eye doctor, and every time they took glasses off of his eyes, he closed them, and they were just all right, just fucking leave them on, I guess.
Magoo.
Odie, I've come in to bring something. I've got a question for you this morning. I've got a story and a question
for you.
Okay, good.
I have an answer.
Good. Do you think that we are creating the modern panopticon? Jeremy Bentham, Panopticon, we're all trapped in a prison of our own making where we're the people who are essentially, judging and whatnot, and that the actual people in control of it are in the center just watching.
I think that the earth has become a place for 500 rich people and we're all just their workers. Does that count?
Yeah. The prisoners patrol themselves, basically, is the Panopticon. That was the whole theory behind it, and that's really, it applies to a lot of modern day philosophy. I know I'm getting a little heady in the beginning, but the Panopticon really became a dark Black Mirror-esque type reality when people just started randomly filming things that they didn't like of other people in society. And then,
the girl
reporting.
that was really happy for her pancakes, and people were yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So I recently met an acquaintance's a friend's girlfriend, right? A guy I'm friendly with. I met his girlfriend, and she was nice. She was pleasant enough, and of course, after the meeting, sent me a little. Well, you don't know. I give people. I leave all judgment for action. I'm just yeah, you're pleasant enough. That's fine.
Yeah.
I not hey, you're a good person. I'm not gonna make that judgment until I've known you for a long time. But so I get a friend request after this holiday get together that we're all at together, and I'm all right, whatever, cool, yeah. And then, when you friend somebody or they friend you, Facebook starts going, hey, here's more of that because you've interacted. I'm
gonna stop you right there, Kevin.
Right?
I don't have a Facebook.
Okay, cool. Well, I do. And so Facebook, you insert social media platform. Doesn't matter. They all do the same thing. They're all it's like Walmart, Target, Kmart, Costco, BJ's, they're all the fucking same. They're all becoming an everything store. And all the apps are becoming an everything app. So it doesn't matter. To go I don't have Facebook is to be I don't have that. So no, you understand the function of social media.
No, but I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, that's great. And that has elevated your status in the Panopticon. Good for you. That's good that you don't have that. Wow. Everybody, you know what?
Thank you.
He did it.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah.
He's the best
I'll
of us,
take it.
he's off of
Give me the
Facebook.
clap,
Good
baby.
job. Do you have a fucking TikTok?
No.
Good.